And so we return back to the ever darkened streets of Boston. More specifically, as Tom literally forgets the district he was just fucking looking at. That Shambles did already. I'm good at this. East Boston, on which many of the court know that the O'Reilly's Theatre and Bar, the, well, the place to see one Damien Carshaw, shuts its doors one night every few weeks. The timing's never really on point, but it closes down fully one whole night. Now, for the rest of the world, that's nothing natural, just a bit of cleaning, restock it. Yeah, maybe they just want to take the deliveries easy. Yeah, maybe they want to do it while there's nobody here, nobody during the day, just making life easy. But for those who are more accustomed to the nightlife, they know that this means there's normally a gathering going on. Not especially a big gathering, but it's when Damien's doors are fully open to whoever just happens to walk on in through the back door. And so tonight is that exact night, as there are people certainly gathering in O'Reilly's Theatre and Bar, but who else will appear, I wonder?
Yeah, hell with it. We'll say after the kitty table meetup, Alice is heading home, and an alarm goes off on her phone, which interrupts the music, which she has to rapidly crank down in the car, reaching over, glancing at the screen, just kind of fumbling around for a moment, and seeing the alert that comes up because she did set a thingy, set an alarm to remind her because important things. Yeah, she kind of looks at it as like, oh, deviates and takes the next turn to head towards the right side of town. And actually, hell with it. We'll make it easy for other people too. She'll pick up the phone, finally smack the button to turn off the insanely loud death metal, and pick up the phone and just put it to her ear because it's fucking easier. And Jake's just gonna have to deal with a voice.
Oh, hello, hello.
Hey, you going to O'Reilly's tonight?
That was definitely in my orders of business, yes.
Awesome. Well, then I guess I'll see you there.
Most certainly.
She just like blinks at the phone for a second, shrugs. All right, later. Click. Because Jesus, he's got his radio voice going. Does he always talk on the phone like that? Nah. But yeah, she deviates rapidly. Vroom vroom.
All right, well, if you're going straight there and not doing anything else, Alice, you know where it is. You know where it is. The parking, however, that's a little bit different. So I'm guessing, yeah, east side of Boston, more towards east downtown, really. It's kind of on that end point of downtown, but not really downtown, but it's still pretty much downtown.
Yep.
So it's one of those. You could park probably a street or two away pretty easily.
Which is precisely what she will do because let's face it, you just have to accept when you go into a downtown area that you're going to have to deal with downtown parking.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a problem at all. You park up, lock the car, get on, get on boogieing down the sidewalk towards the good old Riley. You can see it already around the few corners. The neon lights they're still on. They are still on indeed.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, she probably clicks the lock button a couple extra times just because she finds it soothing. And finally does start moving down the sidewalk. And will fuck it on her way over there. Just because she is, in fact, a modern youth. We'll probably start texting Serena just the kind of so did you catch Annie Marie?
Not yet. Something wrong?
What? No, everything's fine. And actually, thinks about it. Are you going downtown?
Downtown for what?
You said you were hungry.
Yeah. I can. Is something happening tonight?
She weighs it, tips her head a little bit, and finally just says, "Yeah, O'Reilly's is open just for us tonight."
Oh. Well, that would be a welcome distraction. You can head on over.
Yeah, maybe Annie Marie's there.
That would be a wonderful coincidence if she is.
Sends a smiley face. And yeah, continues her strutting towards that there comedy club.
Eventually you do turn up outside. Are you trying the door instantly, or are you making your way around the back?
All things considered, if it's meant to be a VIP situation, she'll probably. Honestly, I don't think she'd know any better, so she'll probably come up and at least give a cursory try at the door.
Yeah, so yeah, you try the door and it's locked. Yeah, you could see the neon light for the bar itself. So the big O'Reilly's is on because advertising, but the rest of them are all turned off. Like even the ones that light up showing like the old classic kind of New York style playing tonight or now playing sort of thing.
Oh.
That's all switched off.
Yeah, she gives it a cursory little tug just to see, and it's like, well, okay, lights are off, fuck it. And so, yeah, she does what the next logical thing she can do, I suppose, and starts kind of just walking around the outside looking to see where people are going in.
Yeah, you don't see anybody going in, but you go through the alleyway and round the back, and the back there is a gate, kind of like sectioning off where they obviously just dump out their crap. The gate normally has a padlock on it, or what you would assume a padlock, considering the padlock is linked to the fence next to the gate. But there seems to be no sort of security on this gate at the minute.
I mean, nothing ventured, nothing gained. She'll open the gate.
Yeah, you see what you expect, which is a few trash cans and a dumpster.
Yeah, she'll just let's give those a little bit of space. She'll pull the gate shut behind her and head around to see. Okay, maybe there's a door here. There's usually a door for these things to be dragged out.
Yeah, there is. There's a door. It is blocked. It as a fire exit naturally, but you try it and it opens pretty easily. No problems at all.
All right. Here's hoping I'm not already making a giant social faux pas. And yeah, it opened. So
that's okay.
what
We'll
she's
make it
doing.
together.
Oh, Jesus. Jake, we talked about this it wasn't even a half hour ago.
Oh, there was
Fuck
just some bad timing here. If you want to be polite, I know a way.
What?
Knock, knock. We're coming in.
You are.
He literally knocks on the door.
Funnily enough, you knock on the door, Jake. There is no answer.
She just looks at him for a second, reaches out, opens the door again. You're weird. I love it, but you're so weird.
I'm just glad to be of service.
Crack a grin. Go ahead to head inside. I can't stay mad when you do the winky face.
He's just got his happy face on. He's strutting in.
Oh, I couldn't see because of the glare. I can't be mad when you do the happy eyes. That's cheating.
All right, you two make your way in. Is anyone telling Serena how to get into this place?
Here, give me your phone.
The side eye.
Give me your phone.
Why?
For fun.
You know, I'm obsessed with your fun.
Oh, you'll get a front row seat.
All right, you look through the pictures at your own risk. Finally hands it over.
He doesn't look through the pictures. He just tries to find where Serena's tabbed.
Oh yeah, it's easy enough to find her. in
So
the
he
pocket.
finds it, and the text that Serena gets is, go through the gate to the back door, knock 4 times, and say Mississippi.
You know, that seems a little secretish, but it's coming from Alice. She doesn't have any reason to distrust Alice. Just like, huh? Well, I guess it is a comedy club. So yeah, that is how Serena will make her way to the club.
So, just for sake of ease, I'm not going to say it takes you through, but if Jake is waiting outside, 'cause I think I already had, but are you guys waiting outside, or is Jake at least waiting outside?
No, Jake's waiting behind the other side of the door.
Yeah, we're waiting just inside.
Beautiful.
Elf puts the phone back
Even-
and just looks at it like, "Are you serious right now?"
Even
But wait,
better. So you've gone into what looks like a back hallway. Alice, in fact, has been inside this bar or this place. It looks similar to the other hallway back up to Damien's room, but looks like this one curves. Like there's no stairs in this one, so it probably runs parallel to the other one. But either way, so you're stood behind this door in this kind of like dim light. Serena, you
Yes.
make your way round. I guess do you try the front door or the back door first?
She chose the back door.
Wonderful. Serena makes her way through the alleyway, through the gate. The gate is unlocked. Look at that. How convenient. You find the trash cans in the dumpster. There's the door.
All right. So she'll knock 4 times. Say Mississippi. I believe those were Jake's instructions.
The door flies open, and you just get a face full of Jake. Hello! Welcome.
Yeah, that will have Serena jump back in surprise.
Alice is trying not to dive tucked against the wall.
Make your way down the big river. And he kind of like gestures in this grandiose way towards this hallway. After all, Johnny Cash says that you need to go down it when you get the blues.
Okay. Thanks, Jake.
You're quite welcome.
I'm here too. Come on. Oh Jesus!
Oh, hey, Alice.
Just like she does the pinch across the eyes to the nose, just like I can't. It finally steps into view.
When Jake turns back around and looks at Alice, that's when it's the winky face.
Oh God damn it! All right, come on. This way you should head around to the front. Jesus.
Yes. The turbulent trio make their way through the bowels of the comedy club. As such, you make your way through it. It's nicely decorated. A lush carpet, beautiful dark red walls with a nice kind of pinkish light to go with it. It looks borderline kind of strip clubby back here, but still, it's VIP access. Of course, it's going to be a little bit flowered up. There is, as always, well, as Alice has seen before, newspaper clippings, like award plaques and stuff adorning the walls, photos of Damien with people like celebrities and stuff like that. It seems there's clearly an ego thing going on here, clearly. But even still, all the photos are dated as well. So there's a good few there. You finally make your way to a door, and I'm guessing you go straight through it. You are indeed seeing the comedy club as it is, very much like the picture. It is. The lights are on. There's a bar that's still running. Nobody's there, but clearly, from what you've heard with some of the taps going, has been running recently. And what you see is a gathering of people, kind of in the middle, not particularly on one table, but gathered around like 3 tables, like pushed together, as these tables look clearly quite small. That kind of thing when there's like a group of you that's kind of just inhabited this section of this place. They've kind of done that just smack bang in the middle. And you see a number of people, instantly recognizable, of course, Damien himself, and more for Serena's sake, Forrest. But there's 3 others with them, 2 women, of course. And the man in the very slick-looking suit has a cigar hanging out the right side of his mouth. They seem to be talking, Damien smiling and laughing. The 2 women definitely smiling and laughing. But they all seem to be having an enjoyable time. None of them seem to have noticed you 3 have arrived yet.
Serena will look to the 2. Well, should we go get ourselves a table?
Yeah, Alice kind of scans the faces. That's Rose, isn't it?
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, there's just the... Oh. Because they got on so well last time. So she just braces herself because she's here now. There's no backing out because God forbid one of them see her backing out. Yep, let's do it.
So what are you doing?
Serena.
Is it, Oh, sorry.
Oh, I mean, Serena's gonna move through the crowd, try and get them a good table.
I was going to ask, how closely are the lot talking? Is it a very bent-in thing, or is it a very kind of casual, people are sat back?
Oh no, it is exactly it. So imagine it. You guys are in a bar, like the family gatherings in a bar where you kind of like accumulated these 3 tables, and this is your guys' section now. And Jesus, the waiter is so terrified to come over there and ask you guys anything, but they really fucking got to, kind of thing. They're the only guys in here that you can see, and you can even hear like they're laughing, they're talking. Damien's, you can hear the accent coming straight through, pointing and laughing. Yeah, they've all got cigarettes, and when you actually do get closer, you can see they're literally just playing fucking poker.
You know what? I'm going to be fair. And I'm going to roll because I have people with me who can see my fucking expression. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. That's 3 successes of not making a bitch face.
So, please, Serena, continue.
So Serena's gonna look for a good table, one that's not so far away from the group that they're like, oh, we're over here doing our own thing, because we're the cool, not close enough that they can be sociable without directly eavesdropping on the conversations.
All right. So, Serena, as you start to walk in, weaving between the tables, I mean, it's hard not to see people then because you're moving chairs and making the grinding noise. And Damien straight away he seems to he stands up, his arms go up in the air, big smile on his face as you see him actually. He kind of shuffles the table a bit, and people's cards flip over and stuff like that, and the chips kind of roll across the table too. It's like, guys, oh, so glad you could come and join us for tonight. We were just oh, do you look at that? What a shit. I'm how clumsy of me as he looks towards Bones, or should I say Isaac, smiling with a grin on his face.
I'm not gonna lie, that finally brings back a bit of levity because man, you just monopolized this opportunity to fuck the table. That is amazing. And so yeah, when he gets up all big and arms up, and yeah, also lift, the whole arm because she's a bit behind Serena still and catching up. Wouldn't miss it.
Hey.
The rest of the table, there's a few glancing turns. Forrest seems more disgruntled than anything as he starts stacking his chips back up and grumbling to himself with a cigarette hanging out there, holding in the right side of his mouth. And you fucking piece of shit. I could have fucking won there. And he's like, oh, yeah, sure you could have done, you fucking bastard. And anyway, Alice, Serena, and Jake, if I'm hearing correctly, right?
Yes, most definitely.
It's the mask. Very quite distinct mask. I like it.
Oh, thank you.
But welcome to the closing night of O'Reilly's. Please don't come on, get a seat. Join us if you want to play a few games or some shit. I mean, I don't really give a shit. It's just time for, a little more relaxed socializing, rather than the whole honky courty shit.
What are you guys playing? Poker?
It looks around. Yeah. Poker. It started out as 52 card pickup, but nobody else wanted to play with me, so yeah, so was poker.
I guess I can be down. What about you guys?
And what brand of poker are we talking? And yeah, Alice, as she gets closer and closer, will, as opposed to like looking for an adjoining table, will pull the move you do in clusterfucks like this, where you just kind of snag a chair nearby and pull it with you and whip it around so you can just kind of nudge in. She will give nods respectfully to all the people she recognizes. She will nod to Rose as well, though, I mean, like Helena, for example, is going to get a bit more of a smile. Damien will get a bit more of a smile. She knows them a little bit better. Has met them once or twice, had conversations. Isaac will get a bit of a smile.
So I would say this. Yeah, you could definitely grab a chair, spin it around, all of you pretty easily. The tape, there's like accumulation of table that there is enough room for this. As you nod to Rose, Alice, she smiles back at you. A half smirk. But as to answer Serena's question, Forrest pipes up and looking over his shoulder as he starts pulling the cards in to reshuffle. Texas Hold'em.
All right. I'm in.
Damien kind of spins around on his heel. Is that what they call? I mean, it's just poker to me. It looks the fucking same. Yeah, you don't know the game, and yet you're still taking my fucking money. Seems to swagger over his chair with a smirk on his face.
Yeah, sorry, I'll pull up a chair and sit down.
Are you sitting anywhere in particular?
I shall probably be sitting closer to Forrest and Helena.
All right, so
because that's the fam.
you're right. But imagine it in the order in which these characters are laid out. So Damien, then going clockwise, is sat next to Isaac, who's sat next to Forrest, who's sat next to Helen, who's sat next to Rose, sat next to Damien. So it's a circular motion. So you can kind of squeeze in between any two you want. So you're sitting the Forrest on his right or on his left, which next to Isaac or Helena?
Next to Helena, or between Forrest and Helena. She'll squeeze in.
Squeeze in. Alice, where are you sitting?
Man, why you gotta make this rough?
Because I do.
To tempt fate or not to tempt fate. You know, we're gonna have to learn to get along eventually. Oh God. Yep. Gonna go find myself a spot between Helena and Rose.
All right. Is Jake sitting down into the poker table, or is he like, staying out of it but still sitting with him?
He's staying out of it, but he's still sitting with them. This is a perfect opportunity to observe.
And it is. So yeah, you could just sit on like a table or a chair, just like a few inches back. So it's like I'm not playing, but still obviously part of the table. But just so I know for reference, where exactly we sit in.
Probably nearer Alice than anybody else.
All right, so you got a choice of Alice and Rose or Alice and Helena. Both of these women you've not really seen before.
Yeah. Probably Alice and Helena.
All right. But as you all sit down, take your seats as Forrest is shuffling, Helena, she leans over towards Serena and smiling. So, how's you doing? Everything all right?
I've been better.
Wow, what's up?
Serena will glass around the table. Something kind of got me all fired up the other night, and it's been like raging in my head since.
Oh, honey. She does actually just kind of stroke the top of your head a little bit, just kind of brushing your hair out your face a little bit. Well, hopefully this will help you relax if you don't get too stressed out of poker or just, laughing at Forrest lose all of his money. Forrest turns and glares towards her. She just smiles innocently.
Aw. Well, if it helps, I'm probably a worse poker player than you are, Uncle Forrest.
You see, so at the mention of Uncle Forrest, Damien, very much like the picture, just Uncle Forrest. Did you hear that, Uncle Forrest? Doesn't sound like the best. Sorry, let's go.
I'm gonna have to roll again to not lose it. Oh, fuck. Nope. She starts snarking, especially like she was trying so hard, and then Damien started poking, and the fact that he keeps doing the choke snicker fucking pulls it out of her.
You start laughing, Rose. There's a bit of a chuckle. Helena just looks at him with a big smile. He's kind of patting Serena on the shoulder. But Isaac starts. I keep saying Bones. Isaac shakes his head. No, I didn't know you were exactly an Uncle Forrest, but nice to see you growing up finally. Just pats him on the shoulder. Growing up. Nice to see you growing up, Forrest, eh? Yeah. Oh, you're a big boy now. You're not going to take any more shit from any of us. No, I'm not, Damien. And with that, I'm going to have to break your fucking jaw. Oh my, look at that. Do you want me to start calling you daddy now? Is that it? They disgruntledly just and it carries on shuffling the cards. So, you start dealing. Those two are sat at the table. Looks over to Serena. Well, just pot's like what are we talking now? 50? Doing 50s? And he just splits his chips. Sure.
50s.
Nah, I'm only playing with chips at the minute. Fortunately, I've still got a lot spare, and I've not thrown in the rest of my money for Damien to come snatching it up, or fucking Bones for that matter. Bones just kind of opens his arms in gesture. Doesn't say anything.
Yeah, truth be told, honestly, Alice will take a glance around and ask, before I commit too hard and things get dealed, what's the buy-in?
Playing, what we're talking, like 50, 50. I think we're all just going 50s. 50s? 50s. 50s. Rose just finally nods. Yes. 50s.
Are they saying this as in each chip is $50 or like
No,
50 for a
they're
pile of
literally just
chips?
playing it with 50 chips.
Oh, okay.
Like they don't. This doesn't seem to be much of a kind of like a money thing swimming around right now.
Okay.
Mainly,
fuck it.
but maybe between these regular guys because they may be doing a bit more often. But at the minute, you guys, it's just no real. It seems more friendly than anything.
Yeah, fuck it. She'll will scooch in then. All right.
Damien reaches down beside him, seems to shuffle through a bag or something. You can hear a bit of rustling and plastic on plastic. He eventually pulls out the wrap of chips, drops 2 stacks, shoves them over. All right. Well, we're going to have a nice friendly game here now that we've got a few more players, and I'm definitely not going to take your chips and enjoy it. But besides that, how are y'all doing tonight? I'm thinking I'm popping out to my neck of the woods. I don't know if I'll fucking talk at once. Jesus.
Well, not too bad. It's a nice night to go out for a walk, drive, whatever, get some fresh air, try to clear the head.
It's a wonderful night. It's a fantastic night. And you know what? As I see that you've all got like dildos up your fucking arse with how tense this is, out of all of us here, I'm pretty sure you can speak fairly freely. Bones taps Isaac on the shoulder, and that's like the third person you've heard call him Bones. Pats him on the shoulder. He's actually quite a softie, so you don't have to worry about being vulgar around him. He's quite vulgar himself. He just the gentleman thing's all an act. He looks over towards Damien. There's a tight smile on his face. I don't believe you're too sure now, Damien. Please. What? I don't feel like you have to mince your words around me. I am an elder, but I understand that sometimes a word fuck has a certain emphasis on things.
Yeah, brows pop up just the slightest bit because it's funny coming out of him. Just like, oh. Honestly, the silence is mostly a matter of she sways the hands. Just trying to keep a finger on the pulse. Haven't been up to much. Nothing exciting to report, I'm afraid.
Oh. He smiles, clasping his hands. And here I thought you might have something to tell me. Well. He looks at his cards. I've been told it's just so and so. Well, there's nothing too exciting going on, really. Well, Helena was just on about a few little bits and pieces, but it's nothing. I mean, it's entirely up to her if she wants to carry on. She bubbles the head a little bit, like and ahhing. She's looking through the cards. Well, was a few things that caught my attention, but it's whether or not you really want to know about it.
Well, see, now I'm curious.
Well, if you twist my arm so, she puts a hand on your shoulder, clearly overemphasizing. what to say? Damien here has been pushing a whole lot of things, trying to get this place even better than what it is. He smiles. Who else? It's been a few bits and pieces around court, but after the prince's announcement, everybody's getting real disciplined. Don't you think?
I guess.
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's one of those things that you just don't want to let things like get out of hand. It's. I mean, what is it? It's like next week is when it's the anniversary. So, people are expecting something. I'm expecting something.
Has anything happened the last couple years on the anniversary?
She shakes her head. Forrest pipes up. No, there's nothing really happening, but it's been, it's 10 years. It's a reality. Not a whole bunch of time, but there's a few bits and pieces that have gone on, a few weird sightings and all that, but small,
Nothing really definitive or significant?
It's a big city. Gonna get things happening all the time. A lot of people come and go every night. Can't control everybody, especially not when we can only come out at night. Controlling everybody's not exactly our thing.
Yeah, just the thoughtful little, that frown with the nod. Just like, yeah, makes sense.
Weird sightings like what? Like people we don't know?
Yeah, a few bits and people we don't know, but I mean, like these are years ago. Like I want to say, like 7 years ago, we had those two guys. No, Bones actually nods this time. Yeah, it was a resurgence of sorts. Two crackpots thought they would get up to something. Nothing overly major, nothing overly hard to deal with, but stragglers been hiding out in a few warehouses in downtown area. Details. Kind of waves his hand. That's the last thing that I dealt with before I left off for Chicago.
Well, and just overall quiet since then.
Yeah, well, quiet, as quiet as can be. Everybody's busy up to something, but as for blatant just breaches and stuff like that, yeah, it's been pretty quiet. Yeah, there's been a few teething problems with a few neonates. You could see she got smiles rolling her eyes at that, like, oh, those neonates.
Just like all the babies.
Yep, exactly that. But quiet.
I mean, the news as it is cluttered enough with grim findings, I guess, is a way to put it.
What do you mean?
The break-in, the shipping containers at the docks, the slasher.
Yeah. They are strange. I mean, the docks thing is something, clearly. Well, it's a lot of people. So she just kind of looks around the table like, come on. It's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Human trafficking here? I don't see it. Someone's done something and they've fucked up.
I'm sure it'll get rooted out.
Yeah, but it's not about just rooting it out. It's about covering shit up as well.
Yeah, there's the kind of the thoughtful nose wrinkle. Just ooh. I mean, at least so far, it. I mean, it doesn't look good, but at least it looks mundane.
I mean,
You
I
guys
haven't.
don't know any better, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like what, migrants, I guess, but yeah. So I don't know the full police report. I mean, I barely read the article, to be honest.
I think there's over 30 people.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that's. I mean, my question would be like, how are they dressed? Because that'll tell you straight away. Are they like, I don't know, like, you know, just rags or like old clothes or, you know, clearly stuff that's just been bought cheap and put on and they've just ran. You know, it's one of these things you gotta ask. You know, there's a real migrant crisis going on, and it's one of those things. Just
I don't-
really vexes me.
I don't think the article mentioned how they were dressed, but I'm pretty sure they mentioned Eastern Europeans and Chinese nationality people. So, yeah, and it could be immigrant smugglers. Could be something worse.
I mean, I know it falls at the very least into potentially my purview. I'm sure we'll have as much information as we can as soon as we can.
Well, yeah, I'll believe that if you go looking into it, or you just, you know, it gets covered up and whoever covered it up knows what happened. Somebody's got to be on it, though, surely. Right?
Oh yeah, I mean we've got who was it? Alice, it was Donnie, right?
She just kind of blinks over.
And Paul that were with the police.
Oh, yeah. They're in the police force. I do clean up for scenes like that. It's very possible that my company could get the contract. Should get me in.
Yeah, and then, see, that's, yeah. She just kind of nods to herself.
I think we have a good handful of people kind of champing at the bit to get at it, so.
And Rose, blows the smoke out of her nose and takes a cigarette out of her mouth. Well, I think it's bad. Straight away.
What makes you say that?
Doesn't smell right. Doesn't smell right at all. None of it does. You know, it's. They've always been here. Lurking around doing something, but it's no proof, so. Just Malkavian's thoughts, I guess. She puts the cigarette out on the ashtray. There's a bit of sting behind it.
Yeah, Alice admittedly has the kind of surprised expression that it was just out and out said, but the last note, there's just kind of a. I mean, she's not thinking about it. There's that bit of a nod of like, yeah, essentially just sympathetic almost.
Damien reaches over to put a hand on her shoulder. She slaps his hand, stares at him. He just smiles. Now look, Rose, we've here, all at this table, minus the newbies, have all fought, those guys a lot. So, if it was really them, I think we'd jump straight on it. And I think the sheriff would at least be saying something about it. Yeah, that, or they're just trying to find evidence for it first and cover it up. I mean, You heard that. I mean, you weren't there, but I wasn't there, but I heard the prince. Seems mighty fine that everything's been quiet for a while. He's expecting something. Oh, he's expecting something. All right.
So everyone's expecting something, and like you said, you've all seen it. We haven't. What would you expect? What kind of thing would they do?
So it's hard to say because they're difficult, right? Yeah, it looks around the room. Depends on what kind of shit we're dealing with. If they're organized, they're from Canada. If they're from those areas, it's gonna be difficult to deal with. They're gonna be rooted in. Like looks to burn, like some of the shit I bet you dealt with in Chicago. That's like if they're rooted in, they're rooted in. They're fucking difficult to get at. They're like ticks. Like if they get in and they really dig themselves in, they make it fucking difficult to get them back out. Brown's nods on. There are ways, but it's more proving that they're here to get people mobilized to make the relevant plays to get them out. Then again, getting people to unite against them when everybody's too busy at each other's throats, trying to make power plays against each other is always something.
At the risk of sounding ignorant, what kind of things prove it's them?
Well, yeah, many things. Bodies turning up, exsanguinated, clear breaches of the masquerade. Although these guys don't exactly abide by our rules, they have the roam. Unnecessarily, they don't want to be found out too, because if they're found out, then we come cracking down on them. And they know what we're like in this city. We're out of tough stuff. So they're going to be playing it extra careful. Anything you wouldn't expect. He nods to himself, thinking on how to put it. Your sides have all told you the rules, I imagine.
Oh, of course.
What anything you seem to find that does not follow those rules?
That's a thoughtful nod. So fairly hard to prove because there's no particular very distinct tell. It's just kind of a matter of proving it out.
It's one of those where if you know they're here and they're blatantly making sure that they're here, like if they're running down the street kicking and screaming and firing off guns and all that, they're that dug in that they know they can take the city, sort of thing. Like this war, I mean, yeah, you're residents of the city. You might not have been here like properly, but 10 years ago, like this war was full on raging. It was a war that lasted like at least 8 years. But it's all guerrilla, it's all playing against each other and trying to root out the weaknesses and all that kind of shit. It's dirty stuff, but then if they're rooted in properly and they escalate it, Jesus. It's scary. I mean, I'll be the first one to say it. It's fucking horrifying. I mean, some of these bastards, as he points to roads and forests, I'd be too proud to admit it, but I was downright fucking terrified.
Jesus. She finally drops the eyes to the cards for a minute just to kind of process, think.
But on to more brighter news, I guess, other than horrific murders and a lot of people dying. I don't want to start rumors myself, but Smiles. I'll put a word on the street is that this little place taps on the table. Might be domain by the end of the week.
Really?
Oh, yes. I've been working hard at it. So very hard.
Oh, congratulations.
Aye, you're damn right. So then you'll all be answering to me in here properly. It's like I will have a crown and everything.
Will you?
Ah, damn right.
Well, like cracks a weak smile again because she wouldn't put it past him. Not for 2 seconds.
I'd come in with a crown. There will be a throne of my own on the stage. Of course, not as grand as a princess, but you get the idea. And it will be swell. But it's just a rumor that you didn't hear from me.
No, of
Winks.
course. And what will you do with your newfound authority?
Well, I mean, it's my domain, so I can do whatever I want. I am the master of my domain, as you might say.
I just might.
The Forrest rolls back, smiling. And how exactly did you come across this domain so much that you're bragging about it before the princess even said anything? Well, that's for me to know and for you to find out, isn't it, big man? Right. So you're just being a cocky, egotistic asshole again. Well, maybe I am, Forrest. But what exactly are you going to do about it? Huh? You're going to punch me here? Huh? You see what happens when you do that? Huh? Gonna try it? Gonna attack me on my own domain? Huh? There's a smirk from Bones.
There's just like that very delicate, I will just move the cards in my hand around a little bit and watch this because, it's not domain yet. He just might. Just gonna, audience style this shit.
But he continues on poking, clearly. He looks over. Oh, Helena. Oh, sorry, not Helena. Rose looks over to you, Alice. Leans in a little bit. So, how's Alec?
Well, he's all in all, I'd say he's doing pretty good.
She nods, taking a drag of the cigarette and blowing it out to the other side of her mouth. Simon, seen him in a while. And I imagine you've seen quite a lot of him.
And how many fucking side glances is she getting?
From,
Or is this fairly quiet?
That's fairly quiet. Like, Damien carries on jabbing Forrest about how fantastic he is and the fact that he's getting domain.
And earnestly, like there's you can see the kind of I'm sure Rose can pick up the glance just because she got ribbed at Elysium. She's just waiting for a ribbing to start again. But seeing as things are continuing at normal, I do. I thought you guys are still working together.
Well, that's so recently. They're all not exactly a hound, and they're all in their little hound gang running around doing things.
I mean, Donnie isn't either.
I know that.
And how are you holding up?
Fine.
Fine never means fine.
Hmm?
She actually pitches it, still fairly quietly, but it's, fine never means fine.
Doesn't it?
Well,
And what's it mean?
I mean, there's no telling. It's distinctly variable.
Look, Alice. I'm gonna outright say it because I can see you shitting yourself right now. From what I really think I'm gonna do? Bite your head off?
Well, you did punch me square in the face the
Well,
first and last time we met.
I did. I felt quite emotional then.
It's been pretty much my sole experience with you so far.
Well, seeing as we're clan, and that you're your size child, huh? She again takes a drag. Lets it out with a bit of a sigh. Maybe I just give a shit about how my friend is.
She nods a little and finally leans in a little further. All things told, considering the anniversary coming up and all, he's holding together pretty well.
Is he?
I'm doing the best I can to make sure he is.
And she just nods. And are you keeping him away from Samson?
She pitches a curious little side glance.
Why, you seen those two together? A time like this, I bet they're excited to get their guns out again.
You're probably not wrong. So like kind of a wry grin because yeah, okay, she can see that. You're probably not wrong at all.
I'm not wrong. Ask him
Jeez.
yourself.
I will do. Have you been dreaming?
Kind of looks at you like a what? Like raises an eyebrow.
It is. There's no segue there. There is just an abrupt, sharp left turn.
Dreaming.
Yeah.
About what?
A lot of stuff that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, every fucking night.
I don't usually remember. Really? And I don't usually sleepwalk.
Look at you.
Figured it was worth checking. As far as I can tell, the only other person who was it was just me and Niall. Thought maybe.
Look, Alice, I'm gonna put it like this. There's a lot of things between all of us. Us. You could see it visibly like biting her tongue. So I can't see whatever you're going through, whatever's ticking itself inside the back of your skull. It's the same shit I'm dealing with. But we all deal with our own shit.
She just nods and straightens back up from where she'd bent in, just like, oh, okay. This is Sorry if I had a nerve. I wasn't.
You don't have to apologize. Look, I get it. You're new. Newish. Not as soon as these fucking bozos. She got a like head tilts towards Serena and Jake. You're not gonna understand this shit. Which is why I'm being nice. Alright? You're the new kid of the family. As much as annoyed, pissed off, and unapproachable as I can fucking be, huh? What's good that's gonna do to both of us? Really?
Not a bit.
Not a bit. What good's that gonna do for, let's say, Alec, huh? Because I give a shit about him. There's no doubt about that, and you do too. Well, I fucking hope you do.
It's a nod. Of course. Of course I do. Just I already made a hell of a first impression. I just didn't want to make it worse.
Well, maybe if I was more vindictive, I'd take it out, but I don't really give two shits.
There's just the little nod. Because yes, she probably would. And she'd wait. Alice is well aware.
Just look, between you and me, these fuckers might think nothing's going on, but I think something's happening. Huh?
Something is definitely happening.
I think something big's coming. And now I can't go around saying it. But I'm spooked. Yeah. And the reason I'm sat here telling you this is because you're family. And I know that you're close to Alec. Hell, I bet you even fucking went to the house and everything. But besides the point, don't answer that. I know what he gets like. I fought alongside him. I've pulled him out of scrapes that he didn't even know he was in. Now those guys are all set up. Now they're good. They're good at what they do. But they're fucking mad bastards. And if shit does hit fan, well, I hope you're ready.
I hope so too. I'll have to be. Don't think for a second I wouldn't defer to the authority on the matter if it came down to it. You know, gives her a meaningful glance.
Authority's authority. But what good's authority when you're dead?
I more mean if it really came down to it and I was in over my head, it's not like I would hesitate to call you. Like you said, you've run with them longer. You know them better. You know the kind of trouble they're going to get into better than I do. You probably know damn well how to pull them out of it. And that's more important. More important than me trying to step up to something I have no idea how to do.
She looks like she wants to say something but stops herself. You don't need to call me. I'm not your lifeline. This is me burying the hatchet. All right? This bad air between us. It's kind of the shake of the head. It's only going to cause problems. Just bury and be done with it.
You know, it's all right.
Yeah?
So be it.
Family.
Family.
She leans back in the chair. Throughout this time, Damien's been spewing some shit to Bones about also known as Isaac, more commonly known as Isaac to you guys at the minute. But spewing some shit about how fantastic he is naturally. But as he leans back, I'd say all of you, if you're watching the whole, I imagine you're all watching the conversation, roll me a perception empathy.
Ooh, all right.
Would I have been too distracted to roll in on this?
No, this will happen at the end of your conversation, so you could spot it. Two, three, 1, 2, 3. All right, 2. You see it.
All right, let's.
All right, so Sylvie does not see it, but for the 2 that did, because this was slightly difficult, but either way, you needed 2 successes to catch it. So it's almost as if Damien's the conversation around the table is happening. It's just idle chatter. The kind of disengage of Rose and Alice that have been having their little off bit that people have just kind of respectfully ignored because clearly Rose didn't want whatever she was saying heard. It's almost like glimpse. Jacob is probably from where you're sat that you can see it easily, but Alice, you pick up on it as well. Is where Damien's like bouncing the conversation so much the Forest pipes up and then Helena follows up, and it's almost that split second of where Damien's not talking. His eyes look to Rose straight away. There's a bit of eye contact, and you can almost see as they do. She smiles a little bit towards him, and he smiles back. And he seems to keep that little bit of a smile on his face as he turns back and looks around the table. Well, it's definitely going well. But I must say, holy shit. I don't know if you guys have heard, but there's going to be a fucking fight night soon. A fight night with us lot. Can you imagine that?
A fight night?
A fight
Yep.
night. Oh my god, it's going to be fucking brilliant. Telling you now. What is he? That Paul. Paul, what a guy. The bollocks on him, the size of bowling balls. Oh. He came in, all right, and he said, I want to fight you, Damien. I want to fight you. And it's like, you want to fight me? You want to fight me for? Paul, I'm just a wee coward, me. Like, I ain't nothing. Clearly, this guy doesn't fucking know a thing about me. But he seems determined. We're going to have a full day, there's going to be a lot of us. Fuck it, just jumping in the ring. Having a bit of fun. So what do you say, Bones? You're coming down to show him a bit of old fisticuffs. He just kind of punch Bones' shoulder at that. You've never seen the Tremere more offended in his life.
Really?
He just looks. It's just that slow head turn and a look as he just wipes the dust off his suit, straightens himself up. I might partake in watching, but I wouldn't want to embarrass you, Damon. I know your ego is so very fragile. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, jeez, God, cut me deep. Fucking jeez, bones. Ow. Is Ophelia coming? Huh? Is she coming? She be coming? Huh? 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 Because if Samson's coming, I bet she's coming. Isn't that right? Huh? Isn't that right, Forrest? You're looking at me for? I don't fucking know. Come on, Forrest. Surely you've seen it. Those two are fucking like magnets. Huh? Like magnets, say Bones. Magnets.
How is Bones reacting to this?
It is the most blank face, just I'm smiling.
Oh no.
It just leans over again, pats Damien on the shoulder. You wouldn't be spreading rumors about my child and now, would you, Damien? Because if you did, we'd have to have a conversation, wouldn't we? To see David's like the smile, like he's gonna like say something, the mouth a little bit open, and he's just like, no, 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 no. Oh, no, of course not. No, I wouldn't say a damn thing. No. As you are a respected elder of the court who has got a kill count under his belt that's quite dwarfing mine, but still. And I've been at this game a whole lot longer than you. Isn't that right? That is 100% true. And you're also a Tremere, which is not what's the matter with Tremere, Damien? You got a problem with my clan now. The clan? No, nothing wrong with the clan. Rose, how's things going? I hear you're a lot have been up to. You two been up to a lot recently. With all the things and the stuff that's happening with Johnny, and he's doing stuff. And Helena, how's the zoo? I show Helena just carries on like nothing's happening. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Still there, standing, clean. And one day you should come over. Might like to see it. Like you said you would. The day was just like, you betrayed me.
After all we've been through.
But rather than backing you into another corner, I'm sure Bones got quite a bit to say anyway. She does turn in a chair a little bit, looking towards the more than neonates, like spinning around. So you in the match, Jake, is it?
Yes.
I don't think I've met you.
More than likely not. I do tend to exist in the background, as it were.
Quite literally in this regard.
Indeed.
You fly on the wall.
Just lightly touches his hand to his chest. Like, oh.
Well, it's good to see it all. Frosty making waves again.
She does tend to make quite a showing when she chooses to.
Oh, she's nice. She is. Oh, wait, she's nice. She's not like some of the others. Just kind of like points back towards the bickering boat. Damien, who's definitely not backing himself into another corner. She's got a good head on her shoulders. Got a lot of respect for her.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'll be sure to convey your well wishes when I return.
Now, if you because I know what things can be like out there, and if you ever need a place above ground to just hide away, pop on by Boston Zoo.
I'll be sure to remember it.
safe. It's something I've always offered to Frosty, so extension may as well be to you as well.
And he just nods.
It's not necessarily domain, but everybody knows it's my neck of the woods.
Truly, they do.
Little paradise in the city, so to say. She looks, smiles, so proud of herself.
She is smiling, so you know what? Sure.
There we go.
It sounds delightful.
That mask, it's. Did you do that, or is that like it's like a button or something for that, or is it like? How's that work?
Well, most of the commands are pre-programmed into the mask itself. It's pretty simple, limited memory, and from what I understand, it just pumps through a few circuits, which will put the lights in various arrangements according to how I toggle it. And Jake kind of he doesn't move any of the cloth that keeps you all from having to see his horrific scaly flesh. But what you do see is you can see his jaw flexing a little bit in the leather part of the mask. Like it's a little more mobile than it first appears. He did, after all, say it was in two different pieces. But as he does that, we go from @ to questioning.
She
Side eye.
there's that moment where she's watching and like the head tilts, almost like you would imagine a dog that's kind of seen something like, huh.
Then finally, oh, hi.
That's actually really cool.
Thank you.
And that's all just like with the movements of the jaw and
Oh yes, there's quite a lot going on in here.
if you like what's that shorted it out kind of thing? Like is it gone like blown up in your face yet? Or is that
Oh no, because it's all very simple, that means there's less that can go wrong with it. It's pretty resilient.
oh say last time I had my hands in things like that, it didn't agree. Huh.
Is it LED?
Oh yes, extends the battery life that way.
And those are pretty low power, so it's a lot less running through it, I bet.
Are they?
Very little. It runs off a small rechargeable battery. I have a few spares, so really never concerned in that regard. And if by some accident I give multiple commands at the same time, it just doesn't move. It's a pretty ingenious piece of technology.
Huh. Oh yeah, just the head tilt like, huh. Again. That is like is it can you make it bigger? Like can you do like a shirt? 'Cause a shirt could be cool.
Huh. I'm sure if I took the time to program it, I probably could, but these are things I have to prepare before I'm outside of my home.
Oh yeah. But huh. I mean, I've seen like the big, street signs and stuff that do it, like the rolling kind of adverts. Those are a thing.
Absolutely, and the people who do those have to pre-program all of that just
know-
longer and longer lines of code.
You know, I think ThinkGeek used to sell a shirt like that that just had a scrolling banner. They have one that played music too.
It did.
Oh yeah, it had like a drum set. Like she gestures to her chest, like it had like a drum set on the shirt, and you could play the drum set by poking the shirt.
Huh.
They even had one that was like it was like a hoodie that was supposed to look like a wizard robe, and it had sensors. I think in the sleeves. It must have been the sleeves. And if you did certain gestures, it would start charging up different, she air quotes spells, and the inside of the hoodie would glow different colors and make different sound effects. And you could, like, thematically cast spells, and the hoodie would do all the lights and sounds for you.
That's actually pretty cool.
Oh my god, it's really cool.
I mean, I've
It's-
got. Go on.
Sorry. Oh, I was going to say it's something ThinkGeek every year used to put up like an April Fool's listing where they'd have like 5 new products or something that were all gag products that they, couldn't possibly make or, would never sell. And the hoodie was something they put up as a gag one year, and the demand was so high that they actually had to make it.
Huh. That's real interesting. Maybe I could get one of those hoodies.
I think that would be magnificent.
I mean, I'm not against it. I mean, it sounds pretty cool. It's like she does like some forward, backwards arm gesture. Like I could be shooting spells and stuff.
Oh my god, I'm gonna look up the video just so she can show it to her.
And I think that's pretty cool. I mean, it's cool as I think things are, but yeah.
Oh, there you go. She actually pulls up her phone, starts typing, pulls up YouTube. Technomancer Digital Wizard hoodie. There you go. And she pulled up the video and offer the phone over.
Yeah, she takes it. Just kind of like looks a little bit, kind of like handing your phone to your mom, where she
Oh
kind
my
of holds
God.
it, but holds it a little bit too, kind of like a what? Ha ha ha! Yes,
Hansel.
I have this tiny TV in my hands now.
She'll actually reach over and like scooch it down the bar because it doesn't actually start showing the wizard effects until like halfway through the video.
This is fantastic. I mean, I could just totally surprise Lefty with one of these.
Oh, I bet he'd love it.
Oh,
Or-
he would.
He'd definitely be surprised.
Both, in fact. That'd be real cool. I mean, cool in the sense, cool because just kind of looks behind her as the rest of the table is carried on. Not that kind of cool. Bit of a dork, to be honest, but
Well, there are definitely worse things you could be than a dork.
yeah, I could be like addicted to crack or something.
Oh God,
It's worse, isn't it?
it's definitely worse.
See?
So much worse.
And you just don't know how those things work with this condition because
That would be complicated and messy.
extremely.
Jake's like silent horror behind his mask at the idea of a kindred just being straight up a crack addict.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but it's cool. Like it. I could totally get some for the monkeys. No, don't buy things for the monkey. No. Hats. They like hats.
There's
I
a
could do it in a
nod.
hat.
She just gingerly recollects her phone while Helena gets off on hats.
I'm not sure they'd fully appreciate the hoodie.
No, they wouldn't. But Bilbo's he likes his hat. Like he's got a He's got one of those like 10-gallon hat things, a proper cowboy hat that he. I give him. He likes wearing that. Smiles.
Serena will nod. Oh, that sounds lovely.
Oh yeah. It's great. See the monkey in a hat.
That sounds adorable.
All those things you get to see after hours, because technically, because of animal cruelty, because Peter get all up your ass, and then the whole movement will start again, and all kinds of shit will go up. But nobody sees it after hours.
Do we need a special VIP pass to see your after hours antics?
Yes, yes, you do.
Oh.
Apart from Jake, just because I like his sire a lot.
Thumbs up.
Frosty's done a lot for me, so it's the least I could do.
She
But,
is very giving.
She is. Look. So, there's a lot of us, obviously. But I guess it dates back. You're going to get bored of hearing this, but obviously back in the war. Frost, I helped her out a lot, and she helped me out. Covered a few tracks. She's good. Real good.
It's one of
Anybody
those
who-
moments where like all Jay can think of is the empire of like computer screens that Frosty sits behind.
Ella straightens her back. Goes very seriously. She is a valuable asset to any team.
Don't get any argument from Jake. Blood bond.
But yeah, cool. But you guys actually just come to socialize, or is there a little something going on? Are you guys like a group? Like, are you guys just like the hands together sort of thing? Like,
I think this is my third time seeing Alice, my second time seeing Miss Serena over here.
That sounds about right.
mhm. Well, at least you're getting out. That's good to hear.
I mean, I've hung out with Alice a fair bit more than I have Jake. I think I'm very, very close on my way to making Alice my new bestie.
It's just a look to Alice, like,
Alice does the helpless hand display. You know, the what can I do? Little gesture.
your best friend.
Can always use more of them.
Well, I mean, someone's going to be your bestest friend, but that's still, one of those things.
I don't know. Bestie's pretty high tier. Gives
It is pretty high
Serena
tier.
a little joking. I guess I was gonna say she nudges her, but she's not sitting next to her. Damn it. Just gives her the little eyebrows, like, high tier, serious business. Yeah, that's right. Just takes it a little ham.
Yeah, it is. Serena will nod. Yeah, it is. She'll hold out one of her hands for a fist bump.
She will lean over to complete the fist bump. She can be sporting.
I mean, you got me sold. That's a fist bump and everything. That's, I mean, me and Forrest don't even do that, do we? Huh? She reaches out, offering a fist bump to Forrest. He looks at her, looks down at the fist. Fist bump.
For a second, I thought he was going to give it the old man. What are you doing? Look.
For a second, I thought he just said fist bump.
He did. He said that as he did it.
At least you still did it instead of just saying it. Oh no.
Yeah, you see, you can tell Pope that I'm down with the kids.
I will
Yeah,
next time I see him.
especially you, Serena. You tell him. You make sure you tell him. That Forrest. You just hear Uncle from the other side of the table. Forrest. He's down with the kids.
I will tell him that.
See, I
I
keep
don't-
him the times.
I don't know if he'll believe me, but I will do my best.
Well, he could shut his grumpy ass mouth and fucking son of a bitch. He just carries.
He is exceedingly grumpy a lot of the time.
Yeah, he is. He don't do people very well. Pope does. He's a distinctive fellow, to say the least.
Yes, distinctive is a word I would use to describe Pope.
Yeah, grumpy old bastard.
But you know, he's got his good points too.
Yeah, few and far between. Up. I shouldn't curse about him while he's not here. I've got to save it all for his face because I'm a respectful gentleman. And I will tell him to his face that he's a piece of shit.
Just, oh man, these cards.
I don't doubt that a bit. Serena will move some of the cards in her hand around.
Yeah. Well, I'm allowed to say that because I pulled him out of more shits than he's been in, so. And he's my goddamn brother.
Yeah, you two. Wow. Yeah, you go at it like brothers.
That's how we're brought into this like brothers, so at least I'm going out of it like brothers. Although not anytime soon before anybody starts fucking saying anything. Damien
No.
slowly closes his mouth.
No, it better not be. Things would be a whole lot less fun without you around.
So at least somebody appreciates me. Thank you, Serena.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I like that. See? Kid's got spunk. You fucking lost yours the minute you points over to Damien. I remember when you were embraced, whole blurry eyed and new fresh face going into court like a sheepish little lamb that you were.
Slow pan over.
Smiling to himself. I got up in front of the prince and everything. I'm pretty sure I could hear his knees clacking between each other.
I don't think I can imagine him shy.
He's just bluffing, Alice. He doesn't really know what he's talking about. He was probably too drunk at the time, to be honest. I distinctly remember you being quite intoxicated in that Elysium. But is that just me? It just says, like, yeah. And one day I'm just going to break your fucking jaw and you're going to know about it. Oh, yeah, no, I will. But still, it's not the point, though, is it? Come on, Forrest, you think you're going to jab at me and not get something back, huh? Huh? What do you think I am? You want me to do it all lavishly like Garnet or some shit? I can do that for you.
Man, these cards.
But I won't bore you with that. Because I know you're not the soft type, are you, Forrest? No, you're like a grizzled kind of... You're like the rock in the hard place. Ha! It's funny that. Huh? Rock. Points at Forrest. Rock. Hard place. Points of Bones. Huh. Funny. I should be sat in between you two.
Should I yell new cup, move down?
Sorry, what was it?
She said, should I yell new cup, move down?
There's just a look from Bones. That won't be necessary. But admittedly, it is getting late, and I will take my leave. Even though I will continue this game another time, Damien. There is business to be concluded before the end of tonight. I'm wasting my time here with your pretty ass face. That's something I overly indulge in. You just get Bones. Well, Isaac stands up, pats Damien on the head like a child. They starts to walk towards the back door. Like, yeah, see you later, Bones. You know, you piece of shit. You fucking treat me like a kid. I'm not a kid. I'm not a kid, am I, Rose? You're a bit of a kid. Piece of shit. Yeah, and if nobody's stopping him, Bones will exit the room.
Definitely not going to stop an elder saying he's off to do business.
Nope.
It's over here like I'm off to do magical things.
Well, you know, to the new through the is there anything going on? Any gossip that you guys know about? Huh?
Hmm.
There's some thoughtful chin rubbing just while I ponder.
Serena shuffles her cards around in her hand. Gossip.
The only gossip Jake knows he would never drop at a table full of gangrel, and you know why. You know why.
I can't say I've heard anything terribly interesting, but if you want some gossip, I can tell you I completely fell on my face trying to talk to Garnet in the Elysium.
Did you know?
Not literally, but yeah.
Oh, I must have missed that one. Please do, go on.
I mean, I tried probably the lamest excuse to come up and talk to him and say hi ever. I'd seen him at a club somewhere and name dropped a couple places I used to frequent, before.
Very classic.
Why would you want a reason to go speak to Garnet? Like, really? Other than telling me he's an asshole, other than that.
Yeah, but he's pretty.
Oh. Hand on the forehead as he leans back. Oh, but he's so pretty. You know what, Serena, you're right. He is so pretty. I am as hard as fucking diamonds just thinking about him. It is so hard right now. It's popping its own blackheads. I'm telling you. Just at the thought of Garnet, his wavy hair and his, chiseled face that looks a little bit weird, to be honest.
Oh God, you did this to yourself. This is amazing.
But if you want to just talk to a pretty guy, don't you think I'm pretty? Do you think I'm worth talking to, Serena? Is that it?
Yeah, you didn't use a terrible pickup line on him yet.
I must not think I'm pretty. I thought I was quite pretty. Do you think I'm pretty, Alice?
Oh, you're definitely pretty.
Thank you. Thank you. You see, somebody appreciates me. What about you, Jake? Do you think I'm pretty?
You're very handsome, sir.
Oh, you're too nice.
Get an extra 10 points for the accent.
Look at that. See, there you go. At least I don't sound like a
Alice starts to sound like she's slowly deflating because, oh my god.
For the record, Damien is appearance 4.
Oh, he is. Oh, I did not know that.
Just gonna let this play out while
Yeah.
we shift our robot eyes back to neutral.
Give me a minute.
The revelation is hit. Oh my, you are pretty, aren't you? Hello.
Bro, you could have like rolled in some Aptu dude from a fucking Walgreens and Jake would just say they're pretty.
No, you are pretty, Damien, but you're like approachable pretty. Like I could
Oh.
sit down and have an actual conversation with you and we could find something in common and maybe if we were both interested we might spend the night together.
Oh, look at that.
This escalated quickly.
Oh, look at that. Look at
That,
that. Look, she's actually offering to wine and dine before I get, before she fucks me. I mean, that's better than what I'd normally get out of the court, to be honest. But I'd take it.
So, huh.
Garnet.
They're
Garnet
about
looks
threes.
like a porcelain doll someone sculpted and
No, it just looks like a praying mantis the way he walks around.
Oh God!
I don't know how to say praying mantis.
Look,
I mean,
honestly,
Have you
next
ever
time
seen
you
him
look,
sneak up on someone?
like the way he holds his hands, like he'll do like the thing where it's like his hands, like if you've ever seen, got it, The Simpsons, right? You've seen how Mr. Burns walks, where he's got his arms. Telling you, look, next time, I'm telling you, you'll fucking see it.
I'll have to look at his hands next time. Every time I've seen him,
Telling you.
I won't
Telling you.
wait. When he came into
Please.
Elysium,
Alice is coughing.
he,
This is escalated.
Savannah, please never say that.
when he came into Elysium, he was like so fluid and snake-like in his movements.
Oh, I bet he was wearing those jeans that would look way too tight on him that could show like the thinness in his legs, like pencils.
I don't think so.
You can see it all the time. He wears them because it accentuates his curves, as he likes to say. Honestly,
Does he?
He said hello to me once. It was quite brief.
I mean, I'm more than happy to sit here and talk shit about anybody. I don't give a fuck.
Jake, you can't let guys like Garnet intimidate you.
There really wasn't much to it. He just greeted me one time. Put his hand on my shoulder and everything.
And it didn't go poorly.
No.
And he didn't turn you to stone. Fucking Jesus.
No.
Oh.
I sat at a table. We had a 5-minute conversation, and I went on.
Huh.
Did you feel like your IQ slowly? I mean, I shouldn't say that actually, because that's not Garnet. No, he's not that bad. It's just the more the way he walks, it just makes me laugh.
Can't say I witnessed much walking. We were all seated very quickly.
Well, I've spent a lot of time around him, to be honest. So it's one of the things I pick up on.
I see.
I seem to remember your mockery making my first Elysium a very, very memorable event.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you put me and Ethan in a room together. It's just.
I should do it far more frequently.
Well, I haven't seen him in a while. I should tell him to come over.
I will.
I should tell him to come over. I have his number somewhere.
Oh, you should, yes.
I should, yeah. I used to run with Ethan. He was a good lad. Huh?
Did you?
I did.
Ethan, he's one of the Bruja, right?
He's Romanov's little baby. Well, not baby, because that's the Paul guy who I'm gonna beat the living for. I mean, he's gonna kick the shit out of me.
I'm sure that's exactly how that'll go.
I won't hurt him too much.
Mm.
It's alright. It's
So-
just fists.
Alright, so yeah. I guess I don't know that much about Ethan. I keep hearing the name though.
He's a good lad.
I've seen him a
He's
couple times.
Nice people.
He's fuck. He kind of looks to Rose. He's I mean, I know he's Roman odds, but he's looking like he's still fairly young, isn't he? Compared to I mean, I remember his first Elysium. Rose nods. Yeah, I do too.
And Seren will pull a pack of Virginia Slims out of her pocket and light one.
He's good. Yeah, he's one of the people I'd choose to hang around with anyway. As well as these three. Even if, I say they're not political. It's the pointing over to Forest. Quite political.
Really?
No, I'm not. Pfft, don't fucking lie, Forrest. I've seen the way you wheel and deal your way through court, as he does like the full shoulder movements with it and everything. Well, I've seen you. You might not be like a Garnet, for example, but he's a happy for a reason. He does talk a good talk when he wants to, even if some of it may just be shit falling out of his mouth. But you know what you do. You're fucking Ancilla. You know what you're fucking doing. Forrest just spreads his arms, smiling. Fucking bastard.
He does know what he's doing.
There's a look from like the three, other than Forrest, towards Serena.
Oh, he had the good sense to be panicked when I did something inadvisable.
Well, I can't let you go and destroy your damn reputation right out of the gate now, can I? Or else I would have Annie Marie whining to me all the time. Oh, maybe I hate to see a young girl like you get slapped in the face. Either or.
Maybe it's both. Or does it have to be one or the other?
Maybe it's both. But hey, at least I look after my family. Looks at Damien. And what's that supposed to mean, Forrest, huh? Oh, I mean, rumors are all true, ain't they, Damien, really? Come on. We all know you've all fallen out with the rest of the your clan, and it's I might be going through a rocky period, but that's nothing to be of this concern, especially to all the people on the fucking table. It is my business, and I prefer if you kept your trap shut, Forrest. I might so have to get the crown out now, and I'll tell you to keep it shut because you're my property. By law, actually, it's still on my property, but by double law soon, it'll be double my property. So, duh. How about them apples, huh? Forrest just smiles to himself, carries on shuffling some cards, playing with the chips.
Hear that silence? It's how hot the tea is.
The tea is so hot right now.
So what do you do, Rose?
So it's just that kind of. Rose has been fairly quiet, yes, throughout the table, but when you finally address her, it's just that kind of like the intake of, oh, fuck. Just freelance. That's the best way to put it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Could say that.
Not gonna lie, Alice just throws the most puzzled little look over at Serena, where it's like the most vague answer humanly possible that tells you absolutely nothing, and she's like, "Awesome!" And Alice is like, "Wait."
Even Jake, ever so briefly. Just, what?
I mean, she shrugs. She ain't gonna push it, but it's just like, oh, I didn't know it was that easy to.
I mean,
Actually, if I could be so bold. Okay, what do you do outside of, she kind of gives a gesture to the people around the table outside of this.
Who are you pointing to? Sorry.
She's asking Kay, essentially, what's your day job? She's like, what do you do outside of, this?
Kay.
Or not Kay Forrest, sorry.
Forrest. That was more like
Might
Kay.
be.
Kay is definitely not here.
Kay is definitely not here. I'm sorry.
know,
I don't know
doing
why I
things.
love mixing their names up, but I do.
That's fine. No,
So
it's fine.
apologies
Trust
to
me.
Forrest.
You wouldn't know if Kay is in the room. Tom might be saving that one for a reason. Who knows? But either way, you look at Forrest. And he does kind of smile to himself a little bit. Oh, what do I do? Well, I've done a lot over the years. There's no doubt about that. I did used to, well, funnily enough, I did used to work in police.
Oh.
Yeah. Fuck, when was it? So, before I got shipped off, I was in the police force for a bit, only, groundwork cop sort of thing. But I got shipped off over the good old Germany for a bit. That was entertaining. He puts the cigarette back in his mouth, takes a drag on it. Had a wonderful, 3-year vacation over there, and came on back to a whole load of nothing, to be honest.
Really? What a whole world of nothing.
He licks his lips. Let's just say it's a complicated time. But at the minute, I still, I don't work in police anymore, naturally, as my name would be quite interesting to appear on some lists. But I do some bit of freelance, I guess. Depends when I need the money. I got a few things going.
All right.
Yeah.
It's quite
just stop. Oh, come.
It's quite the what's the word I'm looking for? Quite the broad resume, as it were.
When you've been at this so many years, Alice, you pick up a broad resume.
I believe it.
Especially when you work public, it doesn't exactly help.
She nods. Only because it is a point of concern that a person can only hold up something for so long. Just, huh.
Yeah, and he just seems to sits there, breathe out the smoke a little bit, and just kind of stares down at the table for a minute. Before sucking in a breath through his nose, just pretty like sharpish, just like. But you don't want to an old man bore you with some crappy stories.
Well, more to the point, I wouldn't want to push.
No, you wouldn't. It's true what Bones says a lot of the time. People in Boston are made of tougher stuff, and that's not just because they're from Boston. All these kindred here got a past. Even this fucking jackass points towards Damien.
I mean, she'll even follow the pointing finger. I feel like he's the kind of person to smile and wave as soon as you like look over.
Yep. Yeah, he just like again exactly like they give just a big smirk, like yeah. Some of y'all are just lucky enough to avoid a few scrapes.
Yes, thoughtful nod. Here's to hoping I stay lucky.
Yeah. I try and stay lucky. Luck's useful. It was nice to know there's something down on your smile, at least. Even if it's smiling maliciously, at least you know somebody's smiling. Lady Luck, she does like to smile.
Yes, she does. As Alice proceeds to like probably finally just, oh fuck it, there's the last of my chips type thing. Like just flicks the last one because boing.
Yeah, and he starts to pull himself up, actually, like kicking the chair back. But I'm gonna head out. It's nice seeing y'all again. I imagine same time next month-ish. Or whenever you decide to close your fucking doors. Whenever I decide to close my doors, Forrest. Obviously, you're always welcome. Do drop on by even to see us, sure. Yeah. I'd like to take your money in an actual legal way, as opposed to this. Yeah. Shut your crap. Shut your fucking mouth. Catch you later. Forrest starts to walk. Is anybody going to stop him?
Serena will watch him go. Give him a wave, but she doesn't
No.
go off to stop. She doesn't go to stop him.
All right.
No,
So-
I feel like Alice at worst when he, like, not as he's halfway across the room, but as he's getting up is. Thank you. I appreciate you indulging me.
Look, I ain't like some of the other ancillary in this city. Which is funny because I imagine I'm quite like a lot of the ancillary in this city. Gotta teach the newbies a thing or two. Even if they don't exactly know what you're teaching them yet. You'll understand when you're older. He does then, hands in his pockets and starts to walk.
She'll watch him go for the first little bit just because, oh, damn.
And if you're watching him go, let's have a perception empathy.
All right.
Because you might see something.
Ooh. Two.
Just one.
Also one.
So, alright, it's a 2s and a 1. So for the 1 success, yeah, Forest is Forest. I mean, Jake, you don't really know him that well, but yeah, you know when it's a time and a place to say something to somebody who's older than you, and that's somebody who just kind of ran out of patience to you. For Serena, you do actually know Forrest a little bit more than Jake. We've never really seen Forrest so up to leave places. Like, he's not like, from what you've seen, especially at the swing, he's normally like last one to leave sort of thing. He's, by the looks of the way that, he's got something on his mind. And for Alice, yeah, there's definitely something on his mind. He's thinking. Oh,
Yeah.
he's thinking.
She pulled something to the front, and there he goes, and she's just like, ooh. It's one of those things where it's like, bad question. Ooh. Yeah. There's either some aspect of, she's assuming it's some aspect of his history, but that man be haunted.
He disappears into nothing.
Da-na-na.
You're left with these 3 buffoons.
Now Jake may inch closer. There's less of a cluster. He's among them now. 1 and 0. 1 Toreador neonate who may or may not be on like Megan levels of the outs with his fellows. Who knows if they're just giving him shit? We'll figure that out later. And the mysterious angry bitch face, aka Rose. Unlike Alice, she's an unfriendly tattoo woman.
Just hear this year's model echoing in the back of my head in Caroline's voice.
Fuck. That vile. That's a Toreador Primogen. That's vile.
It is.
Jesus.
Don't worry. I'm sure she'll eventually be good enough friends with you to rant about it. It'll be great.
Oh. Frenzy check difficulty sunglasses.
You the way that you are. Oh God.
Jake just has cards. It's the wrong number of cards.
He's just picked up.
But he
2
looks so
people's
happy.
cards.
That like he's involved now.
So at that moment, Jake, I'll give you this. You've been watching the table for a while. People they've been playing cards while the conversation's been happening, just because I'm gonna narrate playing fucking cards. It's clearly that Helena has no fucking clue what she's doing. She's just kind of holding the cards and putting them down and placing bets randomly. It's caught a few
Just
people
like-
out because who knows if she's bluffing or not.
Just like the fucking second the river's revealed. Ha ha!
Exactly that. She hasn't got a clue. Doesn't really. She just seems to be happily enjoying this company.
Look, dude, the one thing I know about this particular strand of poker, I learned during that one mission in Red Dead Redemption 2 where you have to play poker, and that's all I know.
Beautiful. Luckily for Jake, Red Dead 2 is not released yet. It's at least 7 years too early. So that's fine.
Even worse, we're running off of Red Dead 1 poker.
Oh my god. I think we might be up to Gwent. Is Gwent out yet? Is that a thing? Witcher 3 out in 2012?
I think Gwent was introduced as soon as Witcher 2, so
It might have been actually. So we have Gwent. Wonderful.
so everyone else is playing Texas Hold'em, and Jake's wondering why there aren't better pictures.
Jake's just pulled over all the chips other people have abandoned, pulled their cards too.
Yeah. It's basically like it comes round to it. Obviously, they're still playing. Helena's just like, every time she said all in, pretty much, it's like, I ran out of chips. Is it like Uno? Is it, that's part of the point, right?
Jake just shoves some of his random chips that he is not tied to in any way towards her, like that'll make it better.
Oh. Huh. Right. Yeah, I've never
You
really-
see that, Alice? I'm the bank now.
Fucking dies. What the
That is frightening. I don't want to ever play Monopoly in a group of
with
us.
the auditor?
Look,
She fucking starts snickering, like starts lifting.
look, there
out
are
of the
very
chair.
few rules of my life that I'm open about. Very few rules, other than the official rules, that I've learned about this ever so bright and pitch black path we tend to walk. And one of them is the Monopoly's banned.
Why is
Forever.
Monopoly banned?
Well,
Oh. Monopoly's
have
how you
seen-
destroy families.
oh, it got okay. So here is the hot goss. So
Oh god.
there's just see Thanksgiving 3 years ago. My dad is actually home for once. And so he thinks, hey, what's a great idea? What's a fun activity for the whole family after dinner? Monopoly. Well, now, see, here's the problem with that. It was the whole family, my mom's parents included, and now my mom's parents are second generation hippies, so they kind of integrated into society, you know, but they still have the values that, you know, my great grandparents had when
Wait. Hold on. Your parents are second generation hippies?
No, my grandparents are second
Oh.
generation hippies. My mom is a third generation hippie.
Like what? What movement?
The hip one.
Serena actually, like, she actually just like, oh, she makes a thinky face.
While you're thinking, like, you see Damien lean over to Rose, and definitely not quietly, like, oh, geez, we've got another hippie on the table.
The eyebrows pop again. Just oh.
So they were early hippies from like the 60s, not like.
Really?
Yeah.
What are the names?
So my great granddad was my great granddad was Jebediah. And my mom, or my great grandma, she was River Valentine.
Just Out of curiosity here, whereabouts did this all take place?
Upstate New York.
Okay, there's a lot of upstate New York.
Man, I can't really tell you a specific area. It's like they got a bunch of land. They made a commune up there, and every year from the time I was, well, as far back as I can remember until I was about 12, we went up there every summer.
Oh, this is your grandparents, right?
Yeah, it was my grandparents running it then.
Oh, they don't anymore?
I mean, they do, but I haven't been since before I started high school. It's just kind of a shame, really, because being that I'm the herbalist in the family, probably could have learned some useful skills up there.
This was your mother's side, right?
Hmm
Oh, okay.
I don't actually know a whole lot about my dad's side of the family. I know he's got a sister somewhere, but they're like
Wait,
estranged. They don't talk much.
so your
And-
upbringing was New Age. Did they did you take your mother's surname, your father's?
Oh, I took my dad's.
Okay.
She took his when they got married.
Interesting.
Huh. Well, I mean, like you're a herbalist and everything.
Yeah.
Huh.
And like I grow plants and I make herbal remedies.
Huh. Well, I mean, like, I never did that, but I mean, there's only one plant that I was probably interested in back then, but it's kind of like that. Yeah, twirl my head. That's.
Yeah, that's why I can't exactly tell you where it is.
But I don't know. Like I was, funnily enough, big on the the whole animal rights and food processing, especially around here. Some of the factories that were up and running.
My grandpa was a gun safety advocate, and my grandma became a nurse. So, yeah, it kind of runs in the family, I guess. Healing, anyway, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah. Huh.
I mean, yeah, I got a whole bunch of I did teas, tinctures, like even just bundles of, like spices.
It's interesting. I mean, you should drop by Zoot sometime. I'd be interested in getting to know about that a little bit more.
You know what? I will.
Huh. Yeah. She almost looks like she's genuinely surprised.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I can tell you the two things that sell the most in the shop are lavender tea and bundles of sage.
You have a shop?
I work there, yeah.
Oh. Huh.
I like to have my own someday, but
Yeah, no, I mean, I could totally understand. Trust me, I could understand that. But,
that's a ways off.
I mean, keep working at it. Eventually, it kind of looks around like if Damien can manage it, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, but like, I don't know anything about the financial side of things. I don't know how to run a business. If you handed me the keys to this place and said, "Here, run it," I'd probably run it into the ground in 2 or 3 years.
I'd probably say within about a few weeks, to be honest. But yeah, well, maybe that's why she has to learn, Damien. You didn't know everything straight away, did you? No. So shush. She turns back to smiling so sweetly. Well, it's things you can learn. I mean, you've got plenty of time to do it in.
I mean, I guess I could take like online classes and get an MBA, right?
Well, yeah, or you could just do, learn from experience sort of thing. It generally works out better anyway.
It might, but it wouldn't be too bad if I had help, I guess.
No, I mean, you could put these things in place. You could find people. I'm sure, Annie Marie might be pretty good at it.
Yeah, you know what? She might.
Maybe you should ask her, and the three of us could do some stuff on it.
That would be really cool.
Yeah,
Actually.
I mean, I'm into that kind. I dig it. Me and Annie Marie get on really well, so let's see why we can't do this as a side thing.
I don't see why not either.
If we could find a way for it to benefit the rest of us and all that. Are you talking about benefiting the clan at the table now? Because
Never.
that's a lot of rumors going off there. As much as I value your friendship, Helena, is that I don't want to hear your malicious plans to take over the city, because then I'd have to thwart those plans and take it over myself. That she just it's just that joking smile. No, you're right. He is right. Come to the Zoom. We'll talk more on it. We'll all three of us will catch up and sort it out.
I will. You know what? I will do that. I'll tell Annie Marie we all need to come to the zoo and have a meeting about this.
Yeah, we could totally do that. She just seems to smile so brightly.
So what else do you guys do for fun around here? Because this is way better than sitting at home and watching Netflix.
Well, it depends on what you mean by fun. I mean, I could place a bet that Damien just throws knives at a portrait of Garnet or something on his wall. That I do, but that's pretty fun. But,
Okay.
Pardon me, but did you commission a portrait of Garnet just to throw knives at it, sir?
That I did, my good man. That I did.
That is
Very well.
That is some serious commitment.
Because I do, as my brother, I do care about him enough to get a portrait. But what I do with said portrait, he cannot control. I also drew a mustache on it.
That
tickling
does not
starts
surprise
again.
me in the least.
Just grins. You'd be surprised how many painters I know. There's quite a few, and one particularly fantastic one, mind you. She is incredible. Absolute brilliant painter. Mistress of Harpies. Did you know she's a painter?
I don't think that I did. No.
Huh?
No,
Now you
no,
do.
I
Yeah.
didn't.
Mistress of Harpies is a painter. Hey, she is an artiste. Probably one of the best I've ever seen, to be honest. She has her own gallery and everything.
I'm currently trying to imagine the Mistress of Harpies, unknowing that this is what the portrait of one of her favored childer would be used for, painting it lovingly, handing it over, only for a Wilfred Wharf stash to end up on its face, followed by a knife.
I also remind you, is Garnet the child of Mistress of Harpies?
I don't fucking know, to be honest with you. I thought he was.
No, Heather's the mistress of harpies.
Oh, okay.
Caroline's a primogen.
I didn't know how many positions Caroline was grabbing for. She seemed pretty grabby.
He smiles. I know she is a brilliant painter and a fantastic dancer. Also makes nice tea.
Okay, just nods. Like, okay.
Yeah, see, you learn a lot about just asking about people. Scary, to be honest.
Terrifying, sir.
Frightening indeed.
Like if you asked about my name, I'm sure somebody would tell you something interesting.
Almost inevitably.
I almost didn't have to see. That's what I like. Optimism. I did something out there. I don't hold many secrets. I ain't afraid to fucking tell you. But for fun, anyway, other than, hilariously throwing knives at my brother's portrait. Going clubs, that's always entertaining. Making
See,
a
that's
scene.
my scene.
I see. There you go. What do you think when somebody likes me walk into a club? What do you think happens?
Oh, there's probably a sea of people waiting to buy you drinks and dance with you, chat you up.
Aye. And then we'll think about it when I take in the quick rip trousers.
Well, oh my.
Just straight off.
There's nothing to make a conversation interesting like mention of tearaway pants.
Exactly that.
Or
That.
tearing away your pants.
See, and Rose, I know Rose likes to get in the go-go cages, don't you, Rose? It's just the daggers that are stared back at him.
Angry tattoos.
He smiles. It's all manner of fun to have. It depends on your palate. Like you said, you're a club girl. Let's go clubbing. It's great fun. Perhaps you might see me one time. Who knows? You might see Rose. You might see Helena if she ever goes to a club. I don't think she will. Helena's shaking her head. Oh, so I'll see she's not a clubber, are you? No. You might see her in IKEA, maybe.
I feel like it's
IKEA,
a fair
sure.
shot to spot anyone in IKEA.
Wow, there you go. See? Don't know what's there. Yeah, it could be afternoon bench or something. What the fuck you buy in IKEA? Flat pack. Flat pack furniture. There you go.
Any number of things with names that, if mispronounced too egregiously, could summon demons.
Now that's brilliant. I'm gonna remember that one. I'm gonna remember that one.
Oh, you are welcome to it, good sir.
But it's all right. I'm sure there's more than enough going on in the city to keep you all busy. It is a big city after all, and there's a whole lot of fun shit going on, as well as the weird, creepy shit. Yeah. It depends how involved you want to be with all the court and stuff, and lavvy-davvy dancing, and being a power hungry maniac and all that kind of stupid stuff.
No, I wouldn't know about that.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Wait, where does dancing factor into this?
What is dancing factor? Well, that means you might have a nice dance at court. People like to dance.
Oh,
At
there's
court.
dancing?
Yeah, sometimes. It's happened before. Depends what you can get your hands on.
Oh, that's a shame. If I knew there was dancing, I would have pulled someone in to dance with me.
It depends on which kind of music. That one was a bit more of a serious one. There are all the ones that are a little less serious, and I just think exactly the stereotype of like, what is it, 17th century, 16th century vampires, where they're all dancing around in lavish ball gowns and the masquerade and blah. I know sometimes the masquerade ball happens.
So what I'm hearing is I should make sure I have a ball gown and a mask.
Yes, you should. You should definitely. Ask Annie Marie, she'll sort you out.
I also could provide you with a ball gown and a mask.
I bet he fucking could.
I'm sure you could, Jake, but look, you are very stylish. I just don't know that a mask like yours would go very well with a ball gown.
Depends on the ball gown, really.
And the mask.
Mm-hmm. What I have to say, I think I have to avoid a ball gown. Then there's that moment of remembering, like, oh, wait, the last time I needed one of those. Oh, So is there a formal notification that we are to wear a ball gown? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I mean, you'll find out anyway. You've got Ivy's your sire. She's a fucking harpy.
Good call. I'm not even mad.
Yeah, I like
I'll
it.
make sure to get my ball gown ready.
You should get your ball. Jake, if you go in a ball gown, you better let me know, because then I will go in a ball gown.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah,
Yes.
you let me know. And then I will let Ethan know. I mean, I'd probably get Dawson to wear a suit, to be honest. I'm pretty sure she'd wear a suit anyway. But we could all, with ball gowns. I fight that. Fight this, the social stereotype. This is 2012, for fuck's sake. So I just turn up in a limo, like we just eat, like fresh on to the red carpet, high on LSD in ball gowns.
I mean, are we going to go full gala? Are these ball gowns going to be questionably even clothing shaped at this point?
I mean, if you want to wear a steak, Alice, you can wear a steak. That's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I got nothing. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, just wear a steak. Just put steak over your nipples or something. I don't know.
You know, I feel like that might not go over.
I mean, fuck it. Why not? What's the worst you're gonna do? Give somebody a heart attack? Go on, we're all fucking dead.
She proceeds in a truly just ridiculous fashion to like bring up the arm, the back of her hand across her brow, like, but my sterling reputation.
Oh, yeah, sterling reputation, of course. Oh, Serena, you do it then.
Oh, there you go.
Scandalous dresses I can do. Even in ball gown form.
Well, I mean, if it happens, it probably will happen at one point, or at least Caroline will host a lovely party that then I will not attend, but everybody else will be a masquerade and some shit. Have fun, knock yourselves out.
You know what? Alice will let slip, like, just kind of the tiniest concerned little glance when he's just like, that I will not attend. Just because after everything earlier, it's just like, bro. But why? She doesn't expect to get any sort of reciprocation or answer, but it's still just that tiny little concerned look.
You get no response at all. It's almost as if he's not looking at you or just plain ignoring you.
That is distinctly possible.
Just smiles. You know, they do happen everywhere. I believe once or twice a year. It's like a real formal. There was one. I want to say a few months ago. In fact, yeah, a few months ago.
Oh, it's a shame I missed it.
Yeah, you were too busy doing whatever you were doing before all this. So, sorry.
Learning! Mostly.
Being not quite dead.
Well, yeah, there is that. Being not quite dead, but almost there. am I right?
Oh yeah, you do have me pegged.
I mean, nothing quite gives you an appreciation for life. Like, dying and not staying dead after.
That is entirely correct, and that's the exact response I expected from a hippie. That's fantastic.
I don't know. Things have been pretty sporting for me ever since.
See, that's what I like to hear. I'm glad, Jake. You know what? I'm happy for you. I'm glad. I really am.
And he shrugs. It's not so bad.
See, it's not so bad. Think of all the things that you can do now that you couldn't before. And all the things that you can actually do now as well, but then that's different. But the things that you can do, the world, as you say, is open and is your oyster, literally. So many more
Yes.
possibilities.
Indeed. I mean, who knows how far technology will go in the next few hundred years?
That's exactly that. And you got to grab it by the balls and run with it.
Yeah, I mean, we've already got basically tiny computers we carry around in our pockets.
Yeah.
I know.
I can
Our
see.
computers these days are quite a treat.
I mean, shrugs.
Oh, I saw this one online that had all these tubes coming out of it and like lights inside. It was nuts.
People do tend to go a little overboard.
I guess as far as things have come, having a tricked out computer is like having a tricked out car now.
Just never skimp on the cooling system. Never, ever skip on the cooling system.
Good to know.
You will live with regrets.
I take it this comes from experience.
Oh, yes, I've made mistakes in life. But other than that, it's mostly just a bunch of bells and whistles, some of which make it go faster, some of which really don't. I can tell you most of the lighting options are just for fun. But hey, I'm a fan of lighting. Has this little, like, winky faces wiggle.
Oh yeah, lighting is great. Like there was a guy when I was still going to the university that had those lights on the underside of the running boards for his car. It was a sweet ride.
Jake just kind of tenses his fingers, looks at the wrong number of cards he has this time around.
And well, I mean, if cars is a thing, I know it's a number of mechanics in the city. Kay's one, isn't he, Helena? She nods. Yeah, Kay's a pretty good mechanic.
I heard he had his own shop.
Yeah, he's got a garage set up. Little ways out. It's not really a place you just visit, though.
I imagine you don't go see him unless you have business.
Yeah, or yeah, it's one of those.
I met him once, and he didn't really say much of anything.
That doesn't surprise me. He's solid, yeah. Likes his own company.
But you know, fast cars, fast computers. Everything's so fast now.
Yep, speed of light, and I can't even imagine the kind of heart attacks people have over YouTube.
I mean, there's some guy that's like making a living completely off of playing video games on YouTube now. That's wild.
I mean, there's a lot of some guys like that. It's not that crazy of a thought. If you really sit down and think about it, people have been paying good money to watch folks play sports for quite some time. But no, my main concern with YouTube is the main concern that's been everybody's main concern since Candid Camera came into our lives, but with secrecy and all.
Yeah, one of us turning up on there would not be good.
After the round goes on, Damien finally stands up, checks his watch, and I believe as it strikes 2 a.m., it is time for y'all to get the fuck out, as I've got shit to do. By shit to do, I mean probably hire a hooker.
Well, sir, best of luck in your hooker acquisition. It's been lovely seeing you all. Alice, it's a pleasure as always. Serena, glad to see you intact. I'll just see myself out the back.
There's a look as Jake, as Damien stands, says that, Jake straight up like, yes, I'm leaving. It's like, okay, cool. He doesn't say anything. Just there's a look like, all right.
Yeah, Alice will start pilking herself up as well. Thank you for having us at your table.
Oh, please. These doors open every so often. Please do come on if you want to chat with me or, just fucking whoever turns up.
I will happily look forward to the next time it happens.
Serena will take time to kind of tidy up the table a bit. At least get the poker chips, stacked together and the cards together in a pile. So things are neat before she goes. That seems like the polite thing to do. And thank you so much for having me. This was wonderful. She'll slip a piece of paper into one of Damien's pockets. Give me a call sometime.
Give you a call sometime? Well, okay. So straight up, I didn't even have to try for that one, did I?
Not much. much. I spent a good chunk of time with you. You seem like you are pretty cool and also know how to have a good time.
Seem, I tell you, I am. I am the coolest, in fact. As I am not a mantis.
You are not.
I'm not. But he just pats the pocket like, yeah, huh? Winks.
She'll give him a wave as she heads out the back.
Yeah, and Helena follows that as well because it's like I am. Yes, I too must leave now because you told me to. Oh, she does. Follows you out. As you're on your way out, especially to Serena, do you need a lift or are you good?
I'm good. I borrowed a car.
Oh, good. Because I was made just to leave you wandering around the city. But that's all right. I know if you're good, you're good. All right. I'll see you around. Let me know if anybody says anything.
I will.
Sweet.
She'll give Helena that like friendly little side hug
Yeah. She
before
reciprocates.
separating off from her. It was good seeing you again.
I know it's good to see you. Yeah. Keep it up.
I will.
And Helena goes off in a different direction, just turns a corner and disappears. Alice, you just ditch in as well?
Oh, sorry, I almost did a dumb. Yeah, Alice will, she says her thanks, and I mean, it's time for all good little fledglings or nigh on fledglings to get home. So she'll at least be polite about it, but
All right.
But yeah, goes ahead and clears out. She's not going to necessarily linger. She, at worst, as she's heading back to the car, will periodically, I mean, first off, will offer, the polite farewell to both and, a bit of an extra smile thrown to Rose because, oh, hey, we might be getting along and that would be nice. But as she departs, it's, she's curious to see if Rose leaves.
Well, I'm glad you asked. Perception alertness.
Do. Dice. That is 2.
So, I don't know what it is, but as you got up, and Damien did see you all out. As Damien was, leading you to see you all out, you'd look back and you notice just through the second door towards the corridor, Rose never actually left her seat. Just catch it as you walk through. And, I mean, you keep an eye on the building a little bit. You don't see her leave.
Interesting. Yeah, she's not going to be a total weirdo about it, but she does kind of takes her time heading out and heading around and back to the car. And yeah, just at no point sees Rose leave. And well, Rose isn't the kind of person who needs to disappear to leave. So
Yeah, I'd say you definitely clock that. Or at least you think you do.
yep, that's one we'll just file away as interesting. That would explain a willingness to make nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, she will just, amble out and get the car, check the mirrors again, be like, And yeah, go ahead to head home.
And I think we can end it there.
Yes. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, ST, for shenaniganizing. Thank you, watchers, for watching.